All right, what up, nerds? And we just finished a game of 1,006 points. Secure and Control, or whatever it was called. I don't really remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Of Space Wolves versus AdMech. Yeah. All right. So, Noah, this was your first game.
Yep. First time ever.
Did you... First things first, did you at least have fun?
Yeah.
I know it was kind of rough for you just because...
I really liked it. I was hoping I would be able to do a little bit more stuff, but I also made some early on decisions that came back to bite me later on.
Okay, well, we'll actually start there. What early on decisions do you think messed you up?
Well, first of all, not getting all of my Rangers into cover here and having them wiped off the board turn one.
Yeah, they...
I think they would have helped me out a lot with getting just some extra firepower downrange.
Downrange, right.
And also not paying attention to my Dominus bubbles for rerolling ones to hit on shooting.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure there were some rounds where I was actually shooting and things were within range, and I didn't pay attention. So that's on me, because I need to remember the rules of my army.
Right. Auras, as you can probably tell from back here, my back line here, are so important in this game. I can't iterate that enough to any people watching or people who are learning the game for the first time and are also watching, I guess, because they'd have to be watching to be listening to me.
That's how I learned the game, watching bat reps. So
auras. This game is about auras. They're kind of the new thing to 40K. So some of the older players probably are also going to be forgetting them for quite a while, but they are so important. If you didn't notice, this whole nastiness back here ran on auras, or ran on the aura of the Wolfguard Battle Leader, who is constantly... I don't know. Okay, so if you had an MVP for the game...
to be honest, I'm trying to
would you say?
Who did kind of the most... I kind of want to say that one unit that made that basically soaked up all the hits from your Land Raider here.
I mean...
that was at least very impressive.
Yeah, and that just shows also cover's super important in this game.
Yeah. So honestly, I'd say that unit of Vanguard...
Okay.
They just soaked up all the firepower that then would have gone into Myler Dominus here.
Yeah, they definitely saved his life, for sure. Because if they had died like they were supposed to, then those twin assault cannons would have been going right into him, and he would have been in a whole lot worse shape.
Yeah, he would have been in pain.
So for my MVPs, I don't know. Everything really did exactly what it was supposed to.
Your armor and everything, even your long fangs.
Yeah.
They were doing their jobs.
Yeah, I can't say it enough times, and I think I say it in every after action that they're in. My long fangs do work. They're good. They're just good. If you are Space Wolves, bring long fangs. Bring at least one unit. Bring two if you can. Bring 3 if you can. And pair them up with a Wolfguard Battle Leader. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. It's silly. It's actually silly. I have not had a game thus far where the Longfangs have been useless. At all.
Which is really a good thing.
Yeah, even unrecorded games, they have been absolutely amazing. This is the first game for Glitter Bomb.
Yeah.
As well. And
Glitter Bomb did some work.
Holy cow. Toughness 8. So I've discovered through this game, through how the Land Raider Junior and the Land Raider Senior performed, that the difference between Toughness 7 and Toughness 8 is astronomical. Absolutely astronomical. There's very little in the game that can haul off and hurt things that are Toughness 8 without wounding on 5s. It's not a lot. And the things that are like that, well, that's what Longfangs are for.
Yeah. Like, I'm even just looking over some of the other troop options in the index.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing I'm finding that isn't Belisarius' Call, because he's insane,
right?
that I'm finding immediately are the Cataphren, the Breachers using torsion cannons.
Okay.
So those things are strength 8.
Yeah, and then that's finally wounding on 4s.
Yeah. everything else that the AdMech can get as far as weapons, maybe some taser lances on the dragoons.
Yeah.
Just because that would bring it up to strength 8.
Okay. But that would be an answer that would bring you into melee with it.
Yeah.
That's a bad place to be.
And also just more doom crawlers.
The doom crawler is so cool. I'm actually almost sad.
That I died that early.
I mean, it was in the open and it was time to shoot it. I had to shoot it otherwise, because it was the first thing that ever dealt damage to the Land Raider, so I'd had to go.
36-inch strength 8 eradication beam.
Yeah, no, that's nasty. Also, the eradication beam right here.
Oh, the ray from right here peeled off 4 wounds off of him.
Yeah, in one shooting attack. Oh my gosh, I'm actually glad the game ended right then, because he
2 more of that coming in.
Would have probably roasted him, and I would have been very sad. But that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
I think what I would have done a little bit differently. As far as setup. Mm-hmm. I still would have taken this table edge. Mm-hmm. It just gave me a little bit more cover to work with. Okay. I would have put more units up here.
Okay.
And actually, shoved guys weirdly to get them onto
there. Yeah.
As far as in cover. Because he's got like a built-in cover with his incense cloud.
I actually probably would. What sort of gun was he using?
He's got a Radium Jazale, which is basically a sniper rifle.
Okay. So, what's the range on it?
30 inches.
30 inches? Yeah. I actually would have straight put him right in there.
Well, I think my deployment zone ended
here. I would have walked him in there. That would have been turn 1 move, right in there. So then, because I don't know if you know, but there's windows on the other side of that.
Yeah, I do see them.
So he could have probably actually started taking pot shots over here and trying to shoot out my Wolfguard Battle Leader, which decreases the effectiveness of my Long Fangs by a lot, because he gives them rerolls, and would have given you Slay the Warlord. Yeah. Because I play all goofy, and I use my Warlord as just a guy in my back line.
Yeah. 30 inch.
Yeah. So in keeping bubbles in mind, by the way, also keep in mind that your HQ choices, especially your Warlord, are very good at being a force multiplier, right?
Yeah.
So he actually could have hung out right here
behind everything.
And while that means he wouldn't be able to shoot.
Right. And if I'm just gonna kind of proxy, have him back here, even sideways like that, because he's got the long base. Yeah. And actually, I probably would have put my Rangers up here as well. Yeah. Because they've got the 30 range.
Right. And then
everything. Yeah. And then some more of my Vanguard up here. Yep. Basically building a defense position. Yeah. And maybe one group shoved over here or something. Yeah. Just to. And then the other Dominus behind the meat shield. Right. And then still had this guy over here, but then like you said. Yeah, push in there for cover.
And then he would have been really upsetting my day. Mostly because you really need to put fire on the Long Fangs and the Wolfguard Battle Leader. If you can't put fire on them, I'm going to control the game. Yeah. That's just how that works. Because they're good. They're just going to sit here and be good at their jobs, which is shooting stuff. Yeah.
I think for future, this is something that was talked about in the decompress section.
Yeah, in the decompress phase with the Arbiter, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to start getting some more, both Vanguard and Rangers. Yep. And start making max size squads of 10. Okay. Because that's going to give me more firepower, even if I'm just taking the Radium Carbines for the Vanguard, because they're Assault 3.
Yeah, that's still a lot of shots. So, and also, they can act as ablative wounds to your big heavy weapons. Yeah. Or your big sniper rifles, right? Because you have these really cool arquebuses. Yeah. I really kind of wish they called them muskets, but arquebus is also a great word. And keeping that alive as long as possible is going to be one of your, at least I figure, going to be one of your bigger strengths and your greater tactics.
Eventually getting in at least one more Dune Crawler, because they synergize well off of each other. They give them a rerollable 5-up invuln save.
Oh, a rerollable 5-up invuln is so scary. Like, especially for even my Longfangs. Even my Longfangs are worried about that.
And the thing I am trying to decide on mentally before I even buy anything is if I want to do another Eradication Beamer.
Okay.
Because that would be another Strength 8. And then as you get closer, it starts doing more and more.
Right.
Does less shots, but more damage.
Yeah.
Or go with like an Icarus Array.
What's an Icarus Array do?
An Icarus Array has like 3 different profiles built into it. And it also helps against anything with fly.
Okay.
So like I think your Jump Pack Infantry.
Yep.
And some other ships.
Yeah, I have both a Stormwolf and a Stormfang. Yeah. That's actually the 10-minute timer. But do you have any last thoughts, Noah?
AdMech are really fun. I'm liking them.
So let's talk Canticles for a second.
Yeah.
Because other AdMech players might want to see that. What do you think of the Canticles?
The Canticles, rolling for them is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Obviously, well, yeah.
If you get the chance to choose them, even though it gives them a one-shot, go ahead and do it, because you're going to be able to choose the ones that you're going to need a lot better than just rolling for them.
Yeah, I see AdMech as kind of a really flexible force.
Yeah, because we could go one turn just before you charge where we're getting better shooting, or, we're not getting shot as much from the Shroud Solemn.
Yeah. To
all of a sudden, we're rerolling ones in combat, or getting +1 strength on everything.
Yeah, and so that really changes the game heavily.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't really have anything more to say besides, hey, Blood Claws are good, Longfangs are good. There's a couple firsts here for me, a couple more firsts in which I was bringing minimum squads of Grey Hunters, and I like it. It works. They're easy to maneuver around, easier to maneuver around than max squads for me. They were effective because they all came in these. In the future, I'll probably bring Razorbacks instead for my minimum size squads, because that'll give me a little more heavy weaponry. Blood Claws, great in mass. Longfangs, always great. And so, yeah, that's it for this. So go ahead, like it if you do, comment if you want, and hit that subscribe button. And you, too, can live in your mom's basement.
It's still fun.
It's still fun, right? You'll probably be back, right, Noah?
Yeah.
All right.
I have larger forces.
Hey, you know what? I'm all about that. All right. And bye, guys. And girls. And anything in between. Well, not really in between, but you know what I mean.